You forgot my coffee. Those 4 words destroyed my life. Mrs. Adebimpe Williams stood in front of me in her N5 million Chanel suit, her face twisted with the kind of rage only rich people can afford. Her perfectly manicured finger, nails done at 50,000 naira per session, was pointing at me like I had committed murder. Ma, I'm sorry, I was handling the Chinese investors and I don't care if you were handling the president of Nigeria, she screamed. Her voice echoed through our Victoria Island office. I asked for my coffee at 3 p.m. It is now 3:47 p.m. Do you think my time is a joke? I stood there, my hands shaking, my throat tight. I had worked for this woman for 2 years. 2 years of being her personal assistant. 2 years of curses, insults, and humiliation. 2 years of 16-hour days and no appreciation. And now, because of coffee, just coffee, it was all ending. You are fired, she said coldly. Clear your desk and get out. I don't want to see your poverty-stricken face in my office ever again. But Ma, please, I need this job. My mother is sick. My sister is in school. Please, I will never forget again. She laughed. That terrible laugh that made my skin crawl. Your mother is sick? Your sister is in school? And that is my problem. How? She moved closer to me, so close I could smell her expensive perfume. Let me tell you something, Chidinma. You will never be anything in life. You are 26 years old and you are just a PA, and in 120,000 naira. You know why? Because you are lazy. You are incompetent. You are nothing, and you will die as nothing. Those words cut deeper than any knife. Security, she called. Escort this failure out of my building and make sure she doesn't steal anything on her way out. That was how I lost my job. Over coffee. Over one forgotten cup of coffee. But what Mrs. Adebimpe Williams didn't know was that karma was watching, and karma was about to teach her a lesson she would never forget. Let me take you back to the beginning. 2 years ago, I was a fresh graduate from University of Lagos. I studied business administration with second class upper. I was smart, hardworking, and desperate for a job. I had gone to 47 interviews in 6 months, 47 rejections. Some said I was too young. Some said I lacked experience. Some just never called back. My family was depending on me. My father died when I was 18, leaving my mother to raise me and my younger sister, Chiamaka. Mama sold vegetables in Mushin Market, making barely 3,000 naira a day. Chiamaka was in SS3, preparing for JAMB. I needed a job, any job. That was when I saw the advertisement. Personal assistant needed for high net worth individual. Salary, 120,000 naira monthly. Requirements, degree, excellent communication skills, ability to work under pressure. I applied immediately. The interview was at a fancy office in Victoria Island, the kind of building where even the security men looked richer than me. Mrs. Adebimpe Williams walked in wearing all white, as in white suit, white shoes, white bag. She was 45 years old, but looked 35 because of all the cosmetic work. She was light-skinned, bleached, obviously, tall, and had the kind of confidence that came from never hearing the word no. So Chidinma, she said, looking at my CV like it was toilet paper. University of Lagos, second class upper. Not bad, not impressive, but not bad. Thank you, Ma. Why should I hear you? What makes you special? I am a hard worker, Ma. I am punctual, organized, and I learn very fast. I may not have experience, but I am willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. She smiled, but it was not a kind smile. Whatever it takes, we shall see. The job is simple. You will be my shadow. You go everywhere I go. You do everything I say. You will work from 7 a.m. to sometimes 11 p.m. No overtime pay, no complaining. If I call you at 3 a.m., you answer. If I need you on Sunday, you come. Can you handle that? I thought about Mama's hospital bills. I thought about Chiamaka's school fees. I thought about our landlord threatening to throw us out. Yes, ma, I can handle it. Good. You start Monday. Don't be late. I hate lateness more than I hate poverty. I got the job. I was so happy I cried on the bus going home. 120,000 naira. That was more money than I'd ever earned in my life. I didn't know I had just signed up for 2 years of hell. My first day should have been a warning. I arrived at 6:45 a.m., 15 minutes early. Mrs. Williams arrived at 7:30 a.m. You are late, she said. But ma, you said 7 a.m. and When I say 7 a.m., I mean you should be here at 6:30 a.m. preparing my office. Are you stupid? That was the first time she called me stupid. It would not be the last. My job description was personal assistant, but my real job was personal slave. I made our coffee, exactly 3 shots of espresso, 2 pumps of vanilla syrup, 1 spoon of brown sugar, heated to 65 degrees, served in a special cup with the handle facing left. If I got it wrong, she would pour it on my desk and make me clean it up. I answered her calls, managed her calendar, booked her appointments, organized her events, shopped for her clothes, picked up her dry cleaning, walked her dog, a mean Pomeranian named Gucci who bit me twice, and listened to her complain about everything. Chidinma, why is my car not washed? Do you want me to drive a dirty car like a poor person? Chidinma, you booked my hair appointment at 2 p.m. Are you mad? I told you I only go to the salon at 11 a.m. when there are no crowds. Chidinma, this report has a typo on page 15. What did they teach you in that your cheap university? Every day was a new insult. Every day was a new humiliation. But the worst part, the way she talked about my poverty. Look at your shoes, Chidinma. They are so old and worn out. Don't you have money to buy new ones? Oh wait, of course you don't. You people never have a money. You brought your lunch in a cooler? How local? Why don't you just eat in the staff canteen like the other poor people? Is that your real hair or a wig? It looks so dry. You should use the hair products I use. Oh, but they cost 80,000 naira per bottle. You probably can't afford it. She enjoyed it. She genuinely enjoyed making me feel small. Her friends were the same. Rich Lagos women who spent 2 million naira on a handbag and called it casual shopping. They would come to the office and talk about me like I was not there. Bimpe, is this your new PA? She looks so ordinary. Yes, but she's cheap. I only pay her 120,000 naira. The last one was asking for 200,000. Can you imagine? A PA asking for 200,000. They would laugh and laugh. I swallowed it all because I needed the job, because Mama needed her medication, because Chiamaka needed school fees. I swallowed my pride and served their coffee. There were moments when I almost quit. So many moments. Like the time Mrs. Williams made me stand outside in the rain for 30 minutes because I forgot her umbrella. Let this teach you a lesson, she said, sitting in her air-conditioned car, watching me get soaked. Next time you will remember. I got malaria from that rain. I was sick for a week. She docked my pay for missing work. Or the time she threw a stapler at my head because I printed a document in the wrong font. Times New Roman, I said Times New Roman, not Arial. Are you blind or just stupid? The stapler hit my forehead. I bled. She didn't apologize. She just told me to go clean myself up because I was making our office look untidy. Or the time she made me work on Christmas Day. Christmas? You want Christmas off? What are you going to do? Go and eat your poor people's rice and chicken. You can do that any day. I need you here. I'm hosting a party. I spent Christmas serving drinks to rich people who didn't even say thank you. I watched them through the window as they laughed and danced. I thought about Mama and Chiamaka at home, waiting for me. I cried in the bathroom that night. But the worst, the absolute worst, was the day she humiliated me in front of a man I liked. His name was Chukwudi. He was an IT consultant who came to fix Mrs. Williams' computer system. He was kind, funny, and he actually talked to me like I was a human being. We had been chatting for 2 weeks, nothing serious, just friendly conversation. He even asked for my number. One day he came to the office and Mrs. Williams saw us talking and laughing. "Chidinma," she barked. "Come here." I went to her office. Chukwudi followed because he thought she needed IT help. "Are you flirting with this man on company time?" she asked. "No, ma. We were just..." "Don't lie to me. I saw you. You were giggling like a schoolgirl." She turned to Chukwudi. "Mr. Chukwudi, I apologize for my PA's unprofessional behavior. You see, she comes from a poor background. She's not used to being around successful people. Sometimes she forgets her place and thinks men like you would be interested in her." I wanted to die. Right there. Just die. Chukwudi looked uncomfortable. "Ma, it's not..." "Don't worry, I will discipline her. Chidinma, get out and don't ever let me catch you wasting time again." I left the office in tears. Chukwudi tried to text me later, but I was too embarrassed to respond. Mrs. Williams had taken away my dignity, piece by piece, but I stayed. Because I had no choice. The day I got fired started like any other terrible day. Mrs. Williams was in a bad mood because her husband had traveled to Dubai without her. She was taking it out on everyone. "Chidinma, my coffee is too hot. Are you trying to burn my tongue? Chidinma, why is there traffic? Can't you control Lagos traffic? Chidinma, you are breathing too loud. Go breathe somewhere else." At 2 p.m., Chinese investors came to discuss a business deal. Mrs. Williams was trying to get them to invest in our new real estate project. It was a big deal, maybe $50 million. "Chidinma, sit in the meeting and take notes," she ordered, "and don't embarrass me." The meeting went well. The Chinese investors seemed interested. Mrs. Williams was in full performance mode, smiling, charming, speaking broken Chinese that she learned from YouTube. At 3 p.m., she usually had her afternoon coffee. But the meeting was still going, so I stayed in the room taking notes. At 3:47 p.m., the investors left. They promised to send their decision by next week. Mrs. Williams turned to me with fire in her eyes. "Where is my coffee?" My heart dropped. I had forgotten. I was so focused on taking notes, I had completely forgotten the 3 p.m. coffee. "Ma, I'm so sorry. I don't want to hear it. Get out." "Ma, please." I said, "Get out. You are fired. I am sick and tired of your incompetence. Sick and tired of your poverty mentality. You want to know why you are poor? Because you are useless. You cannot even remember a simple thing like coffee. Your life will amount to nothing. Nothing. Now get your things and leave before I call the police." I packed my bag with tears streaming down my face. 2 years of my life. 2 years of abuse and humiliation, all ending over coffee. Security escorted me out like a criminal. People in the office stared at me with pity. I took the bus home, crying the whole way. How would I tell Mama? How would I pay Chiamaka's school fees? How would we survive? When I got home, Mama took one look at my face and knew. They fired you, she said softly. I nodded and collapsed into her arms, crying like a child. It's okay, my daughter, she said, rubbing my back. God has a plan. You will see. What people mean for evil, God will turn to good. I didn't believe her then. How could anything good come from this? But Mama was right. God had a plan. And that plan involved Mrs. Adebimpe Williams losing everything for 2 months. After getting fired, I looked for work. I applied to 83 jobs. I got 5 interviews. I got 0 job offers. The problem? Mrs. Williams was giving me bad references. I found out when one potential employer told me, "We called your former boss. She said you were unreliable and incompetent. I'm sorry, but we can't hire you." That witch was sabotaging me. Even after firing me, she wanted to destroy my future. I was running out of money. My small savings was almost finished. Mama's health was getting worse. Chiamaka was about to drop out of school. I was desperate. Then one day, my former colleague from Mrs. Williams's office, a girl named Blessing, called me. "Chidinma, have you heard the news?" "What news?" "Mrs. Williams is finished. Finished. The Chinese investors. They pulled out of the deal and they are suing her for fraud." "What? Why?" "You remember that big contract? Turns out she lied about the land documents. The land she wanted to sell them doesn't belong to her. It belongs to some old family in Ikoyi who are now taking her to court. The Chinese investors are demanding their $10 million deposit back. And her husband found out she has been using company money for her personal expenses. He is divorcing her and freezing all their joint accounts." I couldn't believe it. "Are you serious?" "Chidinma, the woman is broke. Broke. Her cars are being repossessed. Her office is closed. She had to move out of her house in Banana Island. My friend saw her at a cheaper estate in Aja. God has finally punished her." Karma. It was karma. But I didn't feel happy. I felt nothing. I was too busy trying to survive to celebrate her downfall. 3 months after getting fired, I was at Mama's vegetable stand, helping her sell tomatoes when a black SUV pulled up. A man in a suit stepped out. He looked familiar, but I couldn't place him. "Excuse me, are you Chidinma Okeke?" "Yes." "My name is Mr. Adebayo. I am the CEO of Adebayo Holdings. I've been looking for you." My heart started racing. "Looking for me? Why?" "Do you remember the Chinese investors from your former employer's office? The ones you took notes for?" "Yes." "Well, they were very impressed with you. They said you are the only professional person in that meeting. You asked smart questions. You caught mistakes in the documents. You were organized and efficient. They asked about you specifically." I was confused. "They asked about me?" "Yes. They are starting a new branch in Lagos and they need someone to manage operations. They want someone who understands Nigerian business culture, but is also detail-oriented and trustworthy. They recommended you." I laughed. Not a happy laugh, a broken laugh. "Sir, I appreciate this, but I was just a PA. I'm not qualified to manage anything." The Chinese investors disagree. They said you have potential, and I trust their judgment. I'm offering you a position as operations manager at their new Lagos office. Starting salary is 450,000 naira per month, with benefits and performance bonuses. I almost fainted. 450,000 naira? That was almost 4 times what Mrs. Williams paid me. "Sir, are you sure? You want me?" "Yes. Can you start next week? I wanted to cry. God had really done it, just like Mama said. What was meant for evil, God turned for good. Yes, sir. I can start tomorrow if you want. He smiled. Next Monday is fine. Welcome to Adebayo Holdings. The job was everything I dreamed of and more. My boss, Mr. Chen, the Chinese investor I had impressed, treated me with respect. He valued my opinion. He listened to my ideas. He never cursed at me. He never made me feel small. Chidinma, you have good business mind. He would say in his broken English. You think like entrepreneur. I like that. Within 6 months, I had helped streamline the operations, saving the company 15 million naira. Mr. Chen promoted me to senior operations manager with the salary increase to 750,000 naira. I paid off Mama's medical bills. I paid Chiamaka's school fees for the whole year. I moved us from our one-room apartment in Mushin to a decent 3-bedroom flat in Ikeja. Life was good. Finally, life was good. 1 year after getting fired, I was at the bank when I saw her, Mrs. Adebimpe Williams. But she didn't look like the Mrs. Williams I knew. Her hair was rough and packed in a simple bun. She was wearing a faded Ankara dress, no makeup, no jewelry. She looked tired, old, defeated. She was at the counter arguing with the teller. Please, I'm begging you. I just need to withdraw 5,000 naira. That's all I have in this account. Ma, I'm sorry, but your account has been frozen due to court order. You cannot withdraw anything. But I need to buy food. I have children. Please. The teller shook his head. Security started moving towards her. She turned to leave, and that's when she saw me. Our eyes met. I watched the recognition hit her face, then the shame. She quickly looked away and hurried out of the bank. I stood there for a moment, then something in my spirit told me to follow her. I found her outside, sitting on a bench, crying. Mrs. Williams, I said softly. She looked up, tears streaming down her face. Chidinma, I didn't expect to see you here. Are you okay? She laughed bitterly. Do I look okay? I have nothing. My husband left me. My business collapsed. I'm living in a one-room apartment. My friends abandoned me. I can't even afford to buy food. She looked at me with broken eyes. You must be happy. You must be laughing at me. I sat down beside her. I am not laughing. You should be. I treated you terribly. I called you names. I fired you over coffee. You have every right to celebrate my downfall. Mrs. Williams, I am not that kind of person. Yes. You hurt me, but I don't wish bad things for you. She cried harder. I was so wicked to you. And now karma has dealt with me. I've lost everything. We sat in silence for a moment. Then I reached into my purse and pulled out 20,000 naira. Here, I said, offering it to her. She stared at the money like it was a bomb. Why? Why would you help me after everything I did? Because someone once told me that what people mean for evil, God can turn for good. You fired me and I thought my life was over. But that firing led me to a better job. A job where I'm respected, where I'm valued, where I earn 5 times what you paid me. I pushed the money towards her. So in a way I should thank you, but I won't. Instead, I'll just help you, because that's what humans should do for each other. She took the money with shaking hands. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mrs. Williams, I work at Adebayo Holdings now. We are hiring for an administrative assistant position. It pays 150,000 naira per month. If you want, I can recommend you. Her eyes widened. You would do that for me after everything? Everyone deserves a second chance. But if you get the job, you have to promise me one thing. anything. Treat people with respect. No matter who they are, no matter where they come from, because you never know. The person you look down on today might be the person who saves you tomorrow. She nodded, crying. I promise, I promise. Mrs. Williams got the job. She started as an administrative assistant, reporting to me. The irony was not lost on either of us. The first day she came to work, she was humble, nervous, nothing like the arrogant woman I used to work for. Chidinma, I mean Ms. Okeke, she said. Thank you for this opportunity. I won't let you down. Just call me Chidinma, I said gently. And Mrs. Williams, this is a fresh start for both of us. She worked hard, really hard. She was punctual. She was respectful to everyone. She never complained. One day, about 3 months into our employment, she came to my office with tears in her eyes. Chidinma, I need to tell you something. What is it? Before I lost everything, before my life fell apart, I never understood. I never understood what it was like to be powerless, to be looked down on, to be treated like you don't matter. She wiped her eyes. When I was rich, I thought poor people were poor because they were lazy, because they were stupid. I didn't realize that some people work hard every single day and still struggle. I didn't realize that poverty doesn't mean you lack intelligence or ambition. It just means you lack opportunity. And now? I asked. Now I understand. And I'm so sorry for how I treated you, for how I treated everyone. I thought money made me better than other people, but I was wrong. My money is gone, but who I am as a person, that's what matters. And I was a terrible person. You were, I agreed, but you don't have to stay that way. People can change. You're changing. I see it. She smiled through her tears. Thank you for giving me a chance to be better. 2 years later, Mrs. Williams was still working at Adebayo Holdings. She had been promoted to executive assistant and was doing well. She had moved to a better apartment. Her children were back in private school. Her life was not as glamorous as before, but it was stable. Good. She was a different person, humble, kind, respectful. One day she came to me with news. Chidinma, I got an offer from another company. They want me to be their office manager. The pay is much better, 500,000 naira per month. That's wonderful. You should take it. I wanted to ask you first. You gave me a chance when no one else would. I don't want to leave if you need me here. I smiled. Mrs. Williams, you don't owe me anything. Take the job. You've earned it. She hugged me. Thank you for everything. You taught me more than any business school ever could. You taught me about grace, about forgiveness, about being human. We teach each other, I said. You taught me something too. What? You taught me that how people treat you when they have power shows their true character, but how you treat people who won't hurt you when you have power, that shows your true character too. I am 31 now. I am the director of operations at Adebayo Holdings, earning 1.2 million naira per month. I bought Mama a house. I paid for Chiamaka's university education at the University of Lagos. She's studying medicine now. I drive a nice car. I live in a nice apartment. Life is good. Mrs. Williams is now the COO of a tech company, earning even more than me. She got remarried to a kind man who treats her well. She has rebuilt her life, not on arrogance and pride, but on humility and hard work. We are friends now. Real friends. We have coffee sometimes, yes, coffee, and we laugh about the past. I can't believe I fired you over coffee, she said once. Best thing that's ever happened to me, I replied. To both of us, she agreed, because that's the thing about karma. It's not always about punishment. Sometimes it's about correction. Sometimes it's about teaching. Mrs. Williams lost everything so she could learn what really mattered. And I was given everything I needed to learn that success isn't about revenge. It's about character. People ask me sometimes, how did you forgive her after everything she did? My answer is simple. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness freed me, not her, me. And that's the real lesson. Life will humble you. Whether you're rich or poor, famous or unknown, powerful or powerless, life will find a way to humble you. The question is, what will you learn from that humbling? Will you become bitter or better? Mrs. Williams chose better, eventually. And because I chose to help her instead of destroy her, we both won. That's real karma, not revenge, but restoration, not punishment, but redemption. And at the end of the day, we're all just humans trying to survive this thing called life. Some of us just need a little more grace than others. And if you can give that grace, even to people who don't deserve it, you'll discover something beautiful. You'll discover that helping others heal helps you heal too. That's the lesson I learned from the woman who fired me over coffee. And I wouldn't trade that lesson for anything in the world.